Hello and welcome back to EPIC45 with Intel. I'm joined once again by Exo. We're here for a ZVT this time.
Yes, we've still got more Zerg players. There are Zergs coming out of our ears in the UK, but we have got some other players too. And this one should be a really good one. We're, like I say, very similar kind of MMR level is our Distan and frugs. I think Distan is slightly favoured in terms of MMR.
I'd say so. I think frugs or Hugo will probably end up calling him Hugo. Probably.
I
think they won't mind us saying so. I think Distan plays a lot more, like a decent amount, and I think Hugo really doesn't play too often. We're just checking that everyone's ready to go, and then we're going to hop into game one on Ultra Love, and then Ley Lines, and then Tokamak. So these are all like pretty normal maps.
Yeah. We didn't see Ultra Love last series, did we? But it's again it does have a gold base, or like a half gold, half minerals base, which I have a funny story about actually, which I'll show once we get into game. But yeah, no, it should be a good close series, and I don't know who I'm rooting for. I am actually good friends with both of these players, so I really don't know who do I want to win here. Because actually, to set up some narrative for this, top 3 goes through in each group. We have 4 groups of 6 here, and 1 group of 7, because we had a 25th player. But and it's top 3 of each goes through to a top 12, right? And currently, Distan and Hugo are the favourite for third.
Ones for third, they're playing for third, definitely.
So if everything else goes according to how we would expect MMRs to play out, this is the deciding match for who goes through in this thing. So really hype sort of thing. We'll get that as the best of 3, and
we're lagging out.
Spawning in the lag.
Oh, okay.
In the top right, a personal teammate of mine representing Red Dragons. Even though he's wearing the blue, it is Distan.
Yep, fines for every Red Dragon player that doesn't play in red, I think.
I play in green, so yeah, I'm guilty of that.
That's rough. Playing in the bottom left, in the pink, the Zerg. Frugs. That's my boy.
Yeah. Got it.
For ICL, it's Imperial
College.
Imperial College London. Starcraft.
London, that's it, yeah.
But you didn't go to Imperial.
Did he not?
The more you talk to people that are in
he went
Imperial
to
College London, like Starcraft, they're like, oh no, I didn't go to Imperial though.
Do you know what? We did that once. I visited Zane's. Zane, another common member of Epic Land, but he's not, unfortunately not here for this one. And I was attending like a little get-together with Zane, and he had some of his friends from Imperial College coming around. And I knew most of them from like Starcraft, like it was a Kaz and Bradley and things like that. And then there was a guy, and I can't remember his name, but when he arrived, I was like, oh, should I just pretend I was from like ICL and see if he goes along with that? And he did. We went along with it for about 5 minutes.
Go.
Oh, so very standard style. Oh yeah, I had a story about.
Really normal.
Oh no, this isn't the map I thought it was with the gold patches.
Yeah, I know the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But I also can't remember the name.
Yes, I'm bad with the map names. I actually played mostly Zerg this patch on these maps. Yeah, I started playing Zerg and I was like 3.5k, and I was like, I'll just get it to like 4k, 4.5k easy. And it took a lot of effort.
This is like the worst patch for Zerg in a long time. This is like unplayably bad.
Zerg players say that every patch.
Yeah, but that's because they've been bad, and then this one is like the worst. Yeah, nearly losing that SCV. That was a little bit of a rough start, but he does get it away okay. Yeah, does also kind of bait these lings out. This is not enough lings here to hold the Reaper. You can normally make 4. You can make 2, but normally make 4.
The Queen chews it away, but yeah, the Reaper tax of getting at least 1 ling does seem to have been paid.
Yeah, the problem now is that he's going to struggle to get the 3rd base up, the Zerg. So he needs to try and sneak a drone. Actually, wait, you made a Roach run? I didn't even notice.
Oh, I was about to say, Hugo
is by us even.
Hugo is a very cheeky player. He likes to do this sort of thing. And Distan's been very like active with the Reaper, but he's not jumping in the back and like giving a good scout.
Yeah, so the scout will come through quite late. He kind of knows because he didn't see the 3rd, but now the 3rd will go through. Yeah, this is interesting. I think he is going to see these roaches, and he can't really delay the roaches anymore.
And we even have a Ling and an Overlord here going down, so this is a bit chaotic all over the place.
Yeah.
This Overlord, no, it's not going to be able to live
on both sides. Well, can we see if the Reaper saw the roaches? I think they must have done.
Yeah, okay, now the Reaper definitely sees it.
I think, he needs to send these roaches across ASAP, and also make some Overlords, because he's going to be a little bit survivable.
What's the plan? Do you just lift the main and like build a bunker on the high ground?
You need to. Yeah, I don't even think you need to. But I think
you need a bunker, right? 100%. Yeah.
But mostly he needs a Cyclone, and he doesn't have one coming because this is a 2-1-1 opening.
I feel like this actually is going to hurt a 2-1-1 opening, especially with no bunker. I'm actually really getting worried for him.
So now 3 roaches, 1 shot to Marine, and that's why you would make like 3 to 5 is quite normal.
Right, I see.
This is really good damage. I don't really know because he saw the
Oh,
roach.
the
He he literally saw it. So
Yeah, no Zerg builds roaches early in this
Yeah,
matchup just
exactly.
for to be, safe. No,
Yeah.
they're
So
going
this
to
is
try and kill
good.
you.
Getting a lot of good worker kills. So yeah, behind this, Frogs just needs to drone through. He did get the third down on location because the Reaper didn't manage to block it.
Yeah.
And part of that is because the SCV took so much damage, and like otherwise you'd normally use the SCV to block one of the third locations. So I think that's completely fine for
Yeah,
Frogs.
no, actually, yeah, like worked out quite well. And he's now going back into droning. It is 31 versus 27. Probably not as far ahead as he'd like to be from that, but
And
getting some damage
it's
done.
gonna stay tricky because this is a 2-1-1 opening, so this is 16 Marines in a medevac with Stim.
Yeah.
They trade really well against roaches, and mostly they like outposition the roaches compared to like lings.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this could be kind of bad for Frogs, to be honest. But because of that early game, the 2-1-1 was slightly delayed, so like it should be hitting.
I would say
like now.
fairly soon.
Yeah,
right? Like
but the medevacs aren't done, so like they haven't even started actually.
Yeah,
so
no, and Stim
we are
also.
gonna be a bit
Yeah,
delayed.
here you go. So yeah, once these medevacs pop out, Stim will be done. But yeah, you really want to be across the map at 5 minutes,
Yeah, exactly.
unloading and stimming and doing things.
Well, this is also the faster 2-1-1, but it's less macro focused. So
Okay.
you can play 3cc 2-1-1, and this is not 3cc 2-1-1. So this is actually really quite late. The problem is if like Frogs doesn't know what's coming, and he kind of should, because that was a lot of Marines. So like that kind of telegraphs it. You would expect like a cyclone, like I said, or like Hellions to be out. So like he should know it's 2-on-1.
Something is up
and,
there.
and make units, but he so far isn't making any defense.
Also,
units.
what do you think about the work count? He's gone up to 49 before making any more units. He's now getting a big supply block. More drones!
More drones is wrong,
That could
yeah.
be really
So
bad
I mean,
here.
it's 2-1-1. He's the roach is coming through now. I mean, dropping to kill that Ling is like actually good for Frogs to buy more time, but he is going to be in a lot of trouble. I would maybe.
The big
This is
Stim.
really tough. You need to kind of pull away from this third because you can't really hold it.
Yeah, Overlord buying time here by sacrificing itself. Don't think that was a decision that you could make, but it is what happened.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not really enough here for at the front for the Zerg, so we are going to lose some workers.
Okay, good pull, not losing everything immediately. That hatch is going to tank a lot of damage, but it's not going down yet. Roaches spawned.
Frogs. I mean, we lose a queen right off the bat.
Oh.
We don't want to lose more than one. That's rough.
And it's really important here for the queens to harass the medevacs in the back while the roaches fight the marines.
Yeah, I think it is enough roaches here. So I think Distan actually was a little bit too slow and like didn't realize how the position he was in. This is really good for Distan, and like this is what I mean about the roaches being so like hard to maneuver.
Yeah.
Is you need like enough roaches to fight this many marines in 2 locations.
Yes.
And they're so slow, they take so long to get everywhere that you like. That's really hard to do. So he is going to lose a lot of workers and probably more, as well as like currently losing roaches.
Yeah, good control so far. Distan playing it very conservatively, trying to pick up and not lose the things. Well, I think he could continue to play aggressive here.
Yeah, he definitely can.
Third CC is now done for him at home, and he is still continuing to macro. So, you know, it's certainly not all in. And but the work account is getting out of control.
It is, but this is tough, and we're only on roach tech. So, like, if he comes across and we're playing like just mono roach against Marine Marauder tank, that's really tough. I really like Distan's spot here. Like, the supplies about even against a roach player. That's a really good spot to be in.
One set of these medevacs not getting picked up here as Distan is distracted by something in the middle of the map. He is now reconvening his army altogether, and now this is a very scary force. 2 tanks in the back going to be able to shell away at these roaches.
Yeah, still no Ravagers is really tough.
And there we have
He's still making more roaches. He needs Ravagers here. And I think he skipped Ling speed, so he can't even make Lings. This is going to be tough.
Look at these beautiful tanks in the back position. Anytime he starts taking a bad fight, he can just kite back into that tank range.
Yeah, so Frogs should have the 4th, and on this map I think, like, because of this play, like with the drop micro, this third is a bad location.
Yeah.
But like, these tanks plus the Marines are going to trade so well against the roaches. This is why you need the biles onto the tanks here.
Yes, in order to clear that. We do have 10 more roaches on the way, but as you can see, the Terran has been trading very effectively, as we would expect.
Like, he's not mining his third, so like, that's, you know, good for Hugo, for Frogs. But this third, I think, will eventually go down.
Yeah. This time moving a bit far forward with his bio, has now got it trapped. Is he going to lift everything? No, he's just going to stand here and fight and trade everything out. And I think this actually might have broken the back of Hugo in this first game. And yes, there it is. We're going to call it there. GG.
A tricky one, a close one, you know. I think both players not playing their cleanest. Like, we saw, you know, opportunities on both sides for kind of both players to come through, like little opportunities. Like the roach attack at the front at the start got some good damage. And then, you know, macroing out behind that, I think was a nice move from Frugs. On the other hand, Distan picking a really nice build in game 1, that 2-1-1, and he like is clearly quite comfortable playing it. He
And
could have got a lot more done with it.
I think like in a way it's nice though. He played slightly more conservative. He was willing to like play the game out, make sure that he knew like that he wasn't going to throw the Marines away and then die to something.
Yeah. I mean,
continue to macro
keeping them alive for that big tank push is a really nice spot to be in. So here, like, I think Frugs can take the base on the other side and like that gives them more production. Mainly, I think Ravagers are like the key thing here because they're just so strong against those tanks. This is what I mean about the Roach play, where like you kind of get donkeyed around. They're so slow and like you can take really good fights as the Terran and trade out.
And you can never kill those medevacs. It's very frustrating.
Exactly. So it just makes like the Lings that little bit better. So like this was a fine trade, and like the supplies are kind of deceptive here because so much of it is in workers, and so much of it is in roaches, which like just don't trade well. They just don't do very well. So we see this here where like it all crumbles, and even now like the supply looks close, but
again. It was so much heavy in the supply in the drone favor, and again, I wonder if Hugo could have like just cut 55, maybe even 50, and just like done that. I don't know if he had anything to trigger him to do that.
I think it was mostly the gas count and like making sure you like balance the Rav.
Yeah,
like, you could even play Ravager Ling, but he kind of cut Ling speed, so it's a really tough spot to be in. I like the build. I like the opener. Like it's the 5 Roach Rush. It's quite a classic one. I think it got more than it should have done. In this game
actually did.
Because like he scouted the Roach with the Reaper and then like didn't make a bunker, didn't have a Cyclone or anything. Normally it works quite well because you catch people playing Hellions, so like Roach is obviously really good into the Hellions. But now with the Cyclone, you're more likely to run into a Cyclone if they like smell that you're going Roaches, or like run the Reaper into the main and scout the Roach Warren.
Distan didn't really change his build, but he still held it. And I think a big part of it on this map it would have worked better because there's no ramp. So here we see that this is all flat ground, and Distan really had to use the ramp last time in order to get the shots off of the Roaches, and Hugo kind of kept running back down, which kind of like lost the Roaches a bit of DPS and timing. So I think it would be stronger on this map, but whether he'll do the same thing again or not, we'll have to wait and see.
And part of that is like you want to use the Overlord to spot the high ground, but he lost it so early, which again
that's
is
actually
like,
a very
really
good point as well.
So
I forgot about that.
It's tricky.
But this time it looks like more of a standard hatch. Well, it's actually a hatch pool.
Yeah, no gas.
No
so
gas.
I think this won't be the Roach play that we saw last time. Should probably be a faster third, which would be nice.
Is that how common is like 0 gas in this matchup now? I didn't think
people are kind of like messing around with all sorts of things.
Okay.
I didn't actually like pay complete attention to the opener, but yeah, gasless is kind of okay. A lot of people are playing like gasless and then like walling the front so you don't take any damage from the Hellions. It's like kind of in a laser style, which I don't know if Frugs have seen that and like trying to play that. And then you play Roaches. But you know that I don't know how much I love that. I think Roaches aren't very good, basically.
Fair enough.
Like, there's loads of situations they're like good in, and there's probably more situations where like they just look quite weak.
I definitely think, as a Protoss player as well, I think anytime I lose to Roaches, I'm like, all right, what did I do wrong? Something went majorly wrong this game for me to do that.
It's all about the Void Race.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to have this first Overlord is going to get harassed, but it's going to make it to the safety Overlord spot that we have here. And now, despite it looking like it, that Marine can't see the Overlord anymore. So that is how it works, baby.
But this map is quite weak for Overlord pillars, to be honest. It's like one of the reasons this season is quite tough for Zerg. Like this pillar doesn't see anything, doesn't see the natural light.
Doesn't really see the wall even, does it?
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to have the Lings come through on one side while the Reaper goes through on the other.
Yeah, it could be good. He should be able to get onto this SCV.
I'm about to say, he sees it. That's really annoying for Terran to have to deal with. One Marine is already out. Hopefully he doesn't lose his SCV. He's microing the Reaper on the other side, having to run it in now versus the Queen.
Did he do Marine Reaper opening? He should have pulled a drone there to kill that.
Yeah, that would have been sick, actually.
I think would have been the play. But like it doesn't see too much, and it doesn't get to like block the third or like kill a creep trim or anything. So that's a decent start. But I think we didn't like lose an SCV or anything either.
No, didn't lose an SCV. In fact, I think it's so far, nothing has been lost. Only a cancel. Hatch extractor. Cancel.
Extractor. Roach rolling through again for Frugs. He has no gas. Okay, so this is more like
this
just
is
for
like,
walling.
It's like a later defensive Roach Warren. The third is already down. It's complete. I think Hugo is quite comfortable getting into like his game plan here. It's just about whether he's going to try and kind of put it towards Terran, or is he going to like wait and play the more typical reactive Zerg style, which we will.
Yeah, this is probably like a big Roach push. You don't want to lose that. Ooh, good save.
Good save, but there's nothing here, so.
Yeah, I need the Queens.
Okay, lovely. Oh, interesting. So I'm gonna say I haven't seen much of what's on the tab yet. Oh, I was expecting Banshees.
So there are 2 Hellions out, but then it's straight into Stim.
Yeah.
This might be like a big push coming through.
And now we have the Star Pot. I was expecting Banshees.
Oh no, it's 2-1-1 again. But we made 2 safety Hellions, which we didn't make last game.
Yeah, yeah. Which is interesting because if it was Roach Rush again, the Hellions don't do much. But I guess he's scout at the front.
They're kind of okay. Like they're fine. Yeah.
I guess they're better than Marines. Like 1 or 2 unstimmed Marines is going to do much.
This is bad.
Oh, we had a few drones like lumbering around in the middle of the field there.
4 going down straight away.
Just and that's actually beautiful, right? Yeah, yeah. Nice. You're like you only build like 3 Hellions and you get 4 drones and everything is still alive. Like you're very happy as Terran here, I think. Even though the supplies are like starting to creep away, but I don't think
it's going to be the same as last game. It's 2-on-1 with a tank push behind. I hope this game basically like Frugs' macro would just be like a little bit further ahead. So in this game, I think he should have like enough roaches with roach speed and good time to hold it.
Yeah, but like you said before, I think it's very hard, and it's very hard for Zerg to be comfortable defending multiple places at once with roaches in the early game like this. Because you don't have that overwhelming amount of roaches, so you have to split really carefully, and then queens get picked off, and if the queens get picked off, you can't kill the medevacs.
Yeah, I mean, most of it now is just about like what timing do we cut workers, which like needs to be soon basically, and like the positioning, the ravagers, and that sort of thing.
Yes. Oh, we did have a nice little temporary wall off here.
Yeah, so this is like this kind of a laser style where like you don't make many units and then you just wall the base to stop Hellion run bys.
Oh, okay, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. He is going up to a high amount of workers.
Yeah,
and
this is too many.
Still pumping.
Way too many.
And yeah, I don't think he's read that this is a 2-1-1. I think it's quite hard to read that this is a 2-1-1. And again, while the third is down, actually this third is done now. So
it's quite late. Yeah. So yeah, he didn't get a scout back into the main, which is like you kind of need an overlord behind the main to get like a scout in the main and see what's actually going on. He's gonna have to scramble and make a lot of roaches here. I think he might be okay with the queens and the roaches.
I think it's good. I don't think he's going to quite die, but I think there's actually potential for this here. As Distan is jumping on top of things, the drones are now undefended. Drones being pulled in order to try and get
into a Hellion as well.
They're attacking the creep tumor,
which is rough. 10 workers go down to I mean, this is it. Like you over drone and you get punished so hard.
Yes, exactly. We do have the queen stepping forward. Is able to contain, but no. Hugo going to tap out.
I mean, it's 22 workers going down.
There's a lot of workers going down,
you have to be honest. Like, it probably is playable. It's just overdroning, and it's like you need to be on top of your scouting.
Yeah.
Need to be, cutting your drones when it's the right time, making units when the right time, and that's just the fundamentals.
It's really hard, right? Because you're right. Like that game, he saw the Reaper and Hellion and thought it was like, right, okay. He's probably going to get a fast third CC, and we're going to go into like an 8 racks and something. And I can drone to like 75, 80, and then start. So, but
especially not playing roaches, like you just need, because they're so bad, you need so many so early. Like 5 is just never enough. And even like you can see now, on like if you look at the minimap here, there's like 1 overlord by the on the pillar, and then there's 1 like randomly
in the south.
Yeah, that should be next to his main, so that you can fly it in and see like actually what's coming. Because if you see 2 CC, like 2 racks, and a Starport, like it's 2-1-1, and then you know what's coming. This is just so rough. Like pulling the drones into Hellions, even a little bit of pickup micro is rough. That's a 2-0 for Distan.
Yeah, looking very solid there.
Yeah.
And again, you know what, Hugo, I normally attribute Hugo to be a bit more willing to cheese, a bit more willing to, get things done.
He did his aggro roach play.
He did, to be fair, yeah. But again, he was trying to play against his image a little bit. But Distan just did the very safe, very solid 2-1-1.
Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. You know what? Yeah, you got to put pressure on these. Make sure they playing honest.
Yeah. You're coming back soon.
Yes, I will be back soon with our guest caster Molten, long-term Epic LAN attendee and caster Molten. We are going to be having a TVP. It's going to be Zeroy versus Azures. Should be a good matchup. We're going to cut to a quick break, and then we're going to come back to that.
And I'm going to get food.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Sounds good.
Even though it seems there's